Imagine a world where the Axis powers emerged victorious in World War II. What would life be like if Hitler had won? Today, we're diving into this alternate history to explore how our world might have looked. Brace yourself for a journey into a chilling parallel universe. With the Allies defeated, the Axis powers would have solidified their control over vast territories. Europe would have been divided into Nazi-controlled regions, with Britain possibly becoming a puppet state after a forced peace agreement. The Soviet Union, if it survived, would be pushed beyond the Ural Mountains, with Western Russia under German occupation. Hitler's vision for Europe included the Germanization of occupied territories. Non-Aryan populations, including Slavs and Jews, faced genocide or enslavement. This would lead to a horrifying demographic transformation of Europe. Daily life under Nazi rule would be dominated by strict totalitarian control. Propaganda would be omnipresent, and freedom of speech, press, and assembly would be non-existent. The Gestapo and SS would enforce the regime's brutal policies, ensuring conformity through fear. Education and youth programs would focus on indoctrination, teaching children to idolize Hitler and embrace Nazi ideology. Cultural expression would be strictly regulated, with art, music, and literature serving the purposes of the state. The impact of a Nazi victory would extend far beyond Europe. Japan, as part of the Axis powers, would have expanded its control over East Asia and the Pacific, solidifying its empire. The United States, isolated and facing internal strife, might adopt a policy of strict neutrality or, under the worst scenarios, fall into civil unrest. Countries in Africa and the Middle East would fall under Axis control, their resources exploited to fuel the war machine. Resistance movements in occupied territories would face brutal repression, but pockets of defiance would persist. Technological and scientific advancements would take a different path under Nazi rule. While the Nazis made significant technological strides during the war, their pseudo-scientific racial theories and prioritization of military technology might have hindered broader scientific progress. The space race, for example, could have taken on a more sinister aspect, with the Nazis potentially reaching the moon under a banner of conquest rather than exploration. Despite the overwhelming power of the Nazi regime, resistance movements would continue to fight from the shadows. Underground networks, espionage, and acts of sabotage would challenge Nazi authority, keeping the spirit of freedom alive. The legacy of resistance would serve as a beacon of hope for future generations, reminding us that even in the darkest times, the human spirit's desire for freedom and justice can never be fully extinguished. Fortunately, this dystopian vision never came to pass. The Allied victory in World War II restored hope and freedom to millions. Today, we remember the sacrifices made to defeat tyranny and uphold the values of democracy and human rights. As we reflect on this alternate history, let it remind us of the importance of vigilance, unity, and the ongoing fight against oppression in all its forms. Thank you for watching. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay curious.